Hello there, I'm Steve Olmos, your realtor here in Southern California in Chino Hills. Checking in with you. There's been a lot of questions recently on the new homeowners' rights that were just signed here July 11th, I think, by Governor Brown, and indicating the homeowners' bill of rights. Basically, it comes down to the banks can no longer, with a few other items I'll go through, the banks can no longer dual track on a property. In other words, if they've given approval for a modification or a trial modification, the banks cannot proceed with foreclosure at the same time. In other words, you can't get notice of default, notice of sale, and go into the foreclosure procedures if you're in modification, which was happening. There's been a few stories and horror stories out there of a few people that have gotten in that position. So, anyway, banks can no longer do that. Also, the Bill of Rights, or the Homeowner's Bill of Rights, gives it that there'll be one point of contact. No longer will the homeowner be going through a call center type situation. There'll be one point of contact. So that should help the process. Also, that if you're in a modification situation, you've got approvals for a modification situation, that if it changes entity, if it changes another lender or another company involved, any entity there, they have to approve or go along with the approval that you have or the homeowner has. In other words, you don't have to start all over again, which was also happening. So that in itself should change an awful lot of things. Basically, it should speed up the process because banks will no longer be playing around with different things. They have to make a decision, and the homeowner will be able to make a decision whether or not they can or will the bank will work with them. They know where they stand, so if they do have to go through a short sale situation, they can go through a short sale and proceed and do what they necessarily have to do. Now, it doesn't necessarily help for short sales. Now, if you're doing a short sale and the bank basically has approved your short sale, they can still proceed with foreclosure. So, yeah, it doesn't mean they can stop foreclosure on a short sale. Until you prove that property will close, they can proceed with the foreclosure process on a short sale. Now, I'm going to have a, this is just highlights of the new law that's gone into effect. And being in California, I would imagine this is probably going to spread to other states. So you should be aware of what's going on in California. Like I say, this law will not go into effect till January 3rd, 2013. Sure should give banks enough time to adjust to what's necessary to get things all done. So, Bill of Rights basically says no dual tracking, no foreclosure while you're in the process of modification. If they've given you one, they've got to go through the process. Doesn't mean you're going to qualify for that modification. Doesn't mean that if they tell you can't qualify for the modification, that gives you time to go ahead and make other decisions that are necessary. So, there'll be more information on this on my website, which is Steve Olmos, STEVEOLMOS. I should have a link in there shortly going to the full readout of the California Homeowners' Rights, Bill of Rights. So, yeah, if you go to my website, check out, you can have the video there also, and check out the link. If you have any questions, you can always get a hold of me. I'm Steve Olmos. Thank you. Your California realtor here in Chino Hills. Thanks.